everyone, MasterZaiahzoo here, and today we are here on not the LeaF Craft server, but the LeaF Clan server. Now, most of you watching this video probably have never heard of this server because I never made any YouTube videos on it. But today we are going to be doing a world tour of it. We spent about 6 months working on it, and I'm pretty proud of what we managed to accomplish in those 6 months. And yeah, let's just go ahead and hop straight into the tour. Now before I give a tour, I want to give a brief history of this world. So this world was actually originally created by Nico, one of the members of the LeaF Craft server, and he played on it for probably 3 or 4 hours before we decided to make it into a server. So when we first wanted to make it into a server, we had no idea how to make a server. So we went to this website that had 3 server hosting, and we hosted it on that. The performance was terrible, but it worked. And this was Nico's original stuff. So he had this house, which was originally filled with a few chests. I'm not sure what happened in here though. And then he had this small wheat farm. That's all he originally had. After we went to that free server, we built up this house. So this house was originally a lot different. Nico went back and added this second story on. But this house was originally just this, with chests over here, no sea lanterns, no chickens or pigments, and that's pretty much it. And it evolved over time, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of what's in it now. So this is the Infinity Room. I made this all on my own, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's just white maps on sea lanterns. It took about 6 hours to build. It wasn't too bad, so it's a fun thing to build. And then we come up these stairs, and I don't think we ever did much with up here. I planted a few turtle eggs, but they never hatched. I don't know why. I'm not good at those turtle mechanics. And yeah, so this was where it all kind of started. And then we made this mob farm. This mob farm is where we got XP before we beat the Ender Dragon, so it was like what we used to get the XP to fight the Ender Dragon with. And as you can see, we kind of had a creeper explosion here. This was way after we used it though, so it's not too big a deal. And then, I'm not quite sure what we did next, to be honest. There's so much dotted around here, but I think we went to the end dimension next. But I'm not going to go over it right now. I'm going to give a tour of the slime farm, because we did that at around the same time. So, this is the slime farm, and it's not super efficient. We never ended up lighting the caves up around it. I'm going to see if we have anything in here. No, I think I just cleared it out back when I was playing on this a lot, pretty recently. So, yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys our super smelter that we originally had. This was originally 22 furnaces, and I'll show you what happened to that in a bit. But now it is up to 40 furnaces, I believe. So we can go ahead and smelt anything in there. And back here, since we're in the area, I might as well show it. We have the note block song that I made, Hot Cross Buns. As you can see, it's a pretty beautiful song. This here is a building that I never actually finished, because we kind of started LeaF Craft up when I was still working on it, so I never ended up finishing it. And up here is just a portal that links to the Neverruth. And now I'm going to go show you our iron farms. So, I showed some stuff a little bit out of order, but this right here was our first ever iron farm. We originally just had a chest connected up to it, but now we have it connected up to this larger iron farm. It is a design by Nembomb, and it's pretty efficient. We have all the drops coming up into a central storage system here, and as you can see, it's really good. I think I might actually build this up on the LeaF Craft server, because it's a really good farm. And now, let's go check out the Coliseum that Nico built. So this is the Coliseum. We never ended up using it because we built it around the time that we started LeaF Craft, and I have no idea how to get out, so I'm just going to use a rocket. Over here, we have Danaik, which is Nico's old username, and a Z for Zaiahzoo. And up here we have a few other members' houses. I'm not going to show them off. And this was our first shop. So originally, back when we only had Nicolito, Claps, and myself on the server, we just shared everything. But now that we have a ton of people that were playing on the server, we made a shop. Or I did at least. And this is a deal board that never actually got used. And in here we just have some stock of some basic stuff. We have my dog in real life, Lula. She's pretty cute. I'll put a picture of her up on the screen now. And yeah, since we're over in the area, I'm actually going to show you guys the last thing that I built. And this, I was working on this, and I think the same day we started up the LeaF server. So this was going to be a capture the flag game. I got pretty bored, so I decided to make it. And it was going to be just a simple little game where you have to capture the flag. Yeah, pretty basic. It had a few different things you could go in, but I never really finished it. We never used it. We had a little armory in here. If you guys want to explore this, I will have a world download in the description. And this is the Griftmaster's apartment building and his rocket shop. Of course, I sold rockets too. And now let's get on to the mega base. So this was the mega base. We dug this 128 by 128 perimeter out using a TNT duper. Took about 5 hours, so it wasn't too bad. And then we built up this massive storage system. So I built most of this up because I'm the best at redstone on the server. And we have probably most of the items that you would use on a daily basis all sorted into individual chests for each other. And we had a ton of stuff in here. And then over here we had our bulk storage silos. So we had a stone silo that I actually used a ton of stone in the later days of the server. Our cobblestone silo and all this stuff. And then we have our miscellaneous silos right over here. We never actually finished build them up, which is a very good thing, obviously. I didn't actually know we had stuff down to here. That's a bit surprising to me. And then over here, we have a super smelter. This was the 22 furnace super smelter that was originally over there. I told you guys I'd catch you up on that. Well, yeah, this is it. I moved it over here, made it look a little fancier. Looks like it's missing a block there. And then this was an enchanting setup. I don't think we really used it much because we had one at our Enderman farm. And then this was our Nether portal. I constructed this island in creative and decided it would be a cool place to put a Nether portal. So now that I've shown you guys all of that stuff, I'm going to show you some of the smaller things that are dotted around. So Nicolito has his sheep farms over here. I have a stone farm because I was using a ton for a project later on in the server, and I didn't want to go mining. We have a huge sugarcane farm, and we have a creeper farm that never really worked because the minecart kept getting stuck somewhere. And yeah, it didn't really work very well. We have a small bee farm, very small, produces almost nothing. And then we have a PvP arena that we built up. Nicolito and I actually played it for a bit. This was just an excuse for us to waste some materials, have some fun, you know. And then over here we have our villager stuff set up. It's kind of messy because, well, we were still doing stuff with it. Something happened to those villagers that were in the breeder. I have no idea what. And over here we should have a few villagers left. Some got killed by zombies. This was Claps YT's base. He never had a chance to finish it before we started up LeaFcraft. And these are Nicolito's potato farms. If you guys saw anything that I did not go over and you would like to check it out, world download again will be in the description. But I think I'm going to head over and show you guys some of the stuff in the Nether. So let's go up to this portal and I will show you the Neverruth first. So here we are on the Neverruth, and as you can see we have some gold farms up here. This was my 1.15 gold farm, and I kind of just tore it down and gave up on it because we built this gold farm. And this is a design by Nembomb. It is a insane gold farm. It produces a ton of gold, but I think the storage system with all the entities is actually too much for it to handle because it spits all the entities out onto this thing right here. and they all go into here. But I think because I host the server on my computer, it's not powerful enough or something, because I never actually got a ton of drops from this. So this was kind of a disappointing project because it never ended up working the way I wanted it to. And as you can see, we have a blue spawning sphere. We never actually got around to spawn proofing the entire thing because we built this toward the end of the server. But yeah, so this is basically it for the Neverruth, but there are a few portals up here, so I'm going to show you one of the more notable ones. So here we are at an island, and this island is actually our guardian farm. As you guys know, in LeaF Craft, I built up an insane guardian farm where I drained the entire ocean. But this one does not work like that. You go up to AFK on this platform, and all the guardians will spawn inside of this radius, and they'll all go down to a collection chamber. And it's not a very impressive guardian farm, especially compared to my one on LeaF Craft. So now that I showed you guys the Neverruth, I'm going to go ahead and show you the regular Never. Let's hope those creepers can't get close enough to me, and it looks like they can't. Good. So over here we have our witch farm. This is actually the same design that we built inside of LeaF Craft, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But let's just go ahead through this portal. As you can see, we have that soul sand pathway because I have soul speed 3 on my netherite boots. And yeah, it's basically the same as in LeaF Craft. We just made it out of stone bricks instead of cobblestone because we were a little further into the game when we made it. And then if we take this soul sand road back, man, this is so satisfying to take. I love soul speed so much. So let's go ahead and come back here, and this was our original Never Hub. So we have a little design there, not much here though. We just have our piglet bartering station set up there. And if we head down this pathway, this is the only really notable pathway. There's not really much else in the Never, unless you want to go to our sand mining desert, but I don't think you guys want to see that. So if we just come down this pathway right here, it'll lead us into the end dimension. Let's go ahead and pop through this portal right into the Stronghold. And let's go right through that portal. And as you can see, I started a project flooding the entire end island. I never finished it, as seems to be the theme of a lot of things in this world. We had an Enderman farm over here. This actually is a project that we did finish. Doesn't look very pretty, but it does work, I believe. Yep. It's on Y level 4, so it's not as efficient as on the LeaF Craft server. But we can go ahead and chop away at these Endermen for XP. But I'm not going to do that right now. We don't really need XP. So let's go ahead and hop back through this end portal. And as you see, we are back at spawn. And I'm going to go around the world because I haven't played on it in a while, and I'm just going to see if there's anything I forgot to show. So there actually is something I forgot to show, and this is a concrete converter, but it broke in 1.16, so I think it was designed by Mumbo Jumbo, but it's no longer working in 1.16, so yeah. This is a tree farm that we have over here, so it's pretty cool. You just come up to it. I'll do a quick demonstration real quick for you guys. So you put some saplings in your offhand, and then you just stand right here, and you get tons and tons of stripped stuff. This zombie does not want me alive, though. And, okay, we're gonna get out of here before we die, because that would not be good, and I have no food. There we go. Our ender chest setup is basically the same as the new server, it's just different in a few places. This bottom row is more different than the top. Let's go ahead and pick up that ender chest and continue on our tour. We have our 0-tick farms over here, although they no longer work because of 1.16. 1.16 actually broke a decent amount of our overpowered stuff, which I'm not too happy about. And I think that is all that we have on this server. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to check out the world for yourself, there will be a download link in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoy and love this mega base. It took me a long time to build, and I'm pretty proud of it, so I'm kind of happy that I finally get to show it off. And yeah, until next time, I'm out. Peace!